Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Umineko When They Cry, Episode 2. I don't really know how else to describe what really happened in the previous video, other than just straight up saying Kanun unleashed his hidden D-sword from Chaos Head, or Chaos Child, and fought Beatrice's goat butler, who really was jacked. Like there's no other way to describe that. He was just built different. But he also had a D-sword from the same franchise that I just referenced, and they went at it. I think Kanun did some sort of bleach like teleportation flash step ability and was able to defeat the goat butler. And here we are. Not really sure how else I can describe what really went down there other than that, just being as blunt and straightforward about that as possible. Now, Beatrice's next move seems to be with the second Twilight, killing Kanun and Jessica instead of George and Shannon, which is a little different than what I was expecting, but it was hinted that yes, there's some lingering feelings. I mean, there's definitely some feelings between these two characters. Even so, they haven't really been, public to each other about it. They're still there. Whether you say something or not, it doesn't, hide the existence of their feelings for one another. So Beatrice thought, oh, this will be fun, and here we are. I have no idea what's happening anymore.
ハンドメイドには勝てぬか。そこまで見下げたものではないらしい。次はお前だ。ベアトリーチェ!
Yeah, there it is. See, that's his D sword. We also have these cool little animations here. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be taking down the big bad witch here. The instant Kanun's blade sliced diagonally through the witch's form like a knife through butter, she turned gold and burst. She scattered into several thousand gold butterflies, and for just an instant, the room was filled with the color of twilight. It was just as Kanun himself had said. Slicing Beatrice was just the same as slicing the surface of the water where the moon was reflected. He did say that, I remember. The witch's form, with an ordinary expression on its face, as though she had been there the whole time, was right behind Kanun.
十分に面白い見せ物であったぞ。それに免じ、見逃してやろうかと思ったが、今の無礼で気が変わった。嘘をつくな。お前にお嬢様を殺させはしない。たとえそれが無理でも、僕より先に殺させはしない。
I feel like it's gonna be a situation where, like, Beatrice is like, yeah, I won't kill her. And then, he'll swing his sword around trying to kill Beatrice, and then he'll accidentally slice Jessica or some shit.
お前にはそれすらできぬわ。喋るな、
Jesus Christ, man, these faces.
無口であれ、家具が。身の程を知れ、家具が。
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
カノン君は家具なんかじゃない。ほう、なぜそう言えるのか。理由なんかいらない。カノン君はカノン君だよ。うん、本当の名前は別にあるけれど、それでも名前は家具じゃない。
Yeah, super unfortunate that she can't actually say his name here, in a similar way that George would be able to say Shanun's real name.
カノン君にはカノン君の生き方がある。それはとても高潔なもので、自らが決めるもの。家具だから意見しちゃいけないとか、家具だから自分の人生を持っちゃいけないとか、そんなのないよ。お嬢様、あいつを挑発してはいけません。
No, dude, it's funny.
だから訂正しろ。カノン君を家具だなんて呼ぶな。二度と。お嬢様。
Yeah, I wonder how that's all gonna go here. The regular cackling and laughing, and even more.
語るな人間が。とっとと終わらせよう。何しろまだまだ第二の番。
Yeah, we got like way more that we get to look forward to.
互いの尊厳を認め合う。寄り添いし二人を今こそ生贄に捧げよ。さあさあおいでなさい。罪を許しなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ。
The witch summoned her furniture with a mixture of laughter and anger on her face. Oh, here we go again. Hey, yo. Hello.
茶番は飽きた。第二の番を速やかに遂行せよ。わらわに瞬きを3つも許すな。仰せのままに。
また妙なのが出やがったぜ。
Yeah, that's one way of putting it, Jessica. That's actually a really, really good way of putting it. It took Conan less than an instant to understand that goat face from a second ago had been nothing more than a pawn to the witch. However, this newly summoned furniture was a game piece with a vastly different value. Damn, it's always the evil ones that are the most attractive. First Beatrice, then whoever the fuck this is, and then also that goat.
来い、魔女の家具。お前には殺されない。
私の姿を追うこともできないノロマのくせに行くわよ。ねえねえ、どこがいい？どこを貫いてほしい？お答えなさいよ、可愛い子。
Oh,
あなたの
man.
好きなところを思い切り貫いてあげる。
Guys, I need to be saved.
さあさあ、お答えなさいよ。
僕を可愛いと言うな。
行くわよ、ノルマ。
Oh man, she's hitting all corners
そ
here.
の節穴で。
Hey, yo. Okay, so that... God damn it. Okay, so a couple things. Oh, I think Jessica's dead.
お嬢様。
Okay, so a couple things here. I'm assuming that a lot of the deaths that occurred in episode 1, based off this implication that we're seeing here, may have been killed by Beatrice's underlings, maybe? It wasn't necessarily Beatrice doing the killing, though it's pretty indirect, but she's still like the mastermind of it all. So that means that there's others at work here underneath Beatrice. Okay, we can maybe run with that. Another thing, the sound effects that played with that little animation we just got here, we have heard that before. We've also heard that weird-ass little laughter before. What does all that mean, you know? What else do we want to imply?
目では追えなかったけどよ。読みは当てたぜ。さあまあ、見やがれ。
Damn. What's with these family members and speaking in riddles? Conan's back had been the target, but Jessica had predicted it. She'd predicted that the witch's target would be the complete opposite of fair and honest, his back. But she had no way to block it. She hadn't planned on it being some act of self-sacrifice. She just couldn't think of any other way to protect Conan's back. So she could do nothing but block it with her own back. The furniture of the witch, which had changed its form into a demon's stake, was buried deep into Jessica's back. Okay. It was an obviously fatal wound that reached as far as her lungs. When she saw this, the witch let out a loud evil laugh, because it had hit where the witch had predicted. Everything was as the witch had predicted.
どうしたカノン。ジェシカお嬢様はお前より先には殺されなかったんじゃないのか。
God damn it, man.
そうそう、それそれその顔よ。
What is that little giggle?
お前のその顔が見たかった。
Damn, the voice actress for
楽しんだ、実に十分。
the voice actress for Beatrice really had some field days with the laughing lines, I'm sure.
さあさあおいでなさい。罪を許しなさい。煉獄の七杭が一つ。フンド。
Uh-oh.
フンドのサタン。
Wait. She looks ridiculously similar to the person we just saw.
ここに。その獲物はお前
And
のもの
equally
だ。
as hot. God damn it.
今すぐ食らって、こやつの舞台に幕を下ろしてやれ。人ならば交番とも言おうが、家具のお前の場合は、 大道具係が舞台裏に運び出すといったところか。
僕はもう家具じゃない。そしてそれを二度と疑わない。
Interesting turnaround. Let's go, Kanun. He's gonna go out swinging.
なーに？あんたまた私に殺されちゃうの？あんたの胸温かくて本当に貫くと気持ちがいいのよ。さあまた味合わせて。あなたの温かい胸の中で熱い熱い血潮で私を
Okay.
思いっきり気持ちよくして。
One of those freaky types I see. Though then again, I'm sure you can argue that they're all a little freaky. And here's that sound effect again. And that sound effect. So can you maybe say that these characters here that are popping up, the furniture of Beatrice, are basically the stakes that we see throughout all the remaining killings? Because there's 7 more deaths that come after the 6 to get to 13. So that means that you can tackle the 7 deadly sins. There was no way to block it. The sound of a woodpecker filled the entire room. That's a really good way of putting it. And before he could blink, it was already right in the center of his chest. When you take a piece in chess, the rules say that it's impossible for your opponent's piece to defend itself. So this was an obvious result in accordance with the rules. Kanun landed on his knees, and he apologized. Not to the witch, and not to Milady. He apologized to Jessica. There we go. You know, at least he has a good way of going out here.
ごめん。守りきれなかった。
Wait, she's still alive?
気にしないで。かっこよかった。
And that's all that matters in the end. Kanun finally fell over. He landed next to Jessica, and the two lay there like the constellation Gemini.
カノン君はさ、もう
Well, yeah, he just said that.
家具じゃないよ。
Like, he literally declared that shit.
はい。それに
And I'll stand by it.
遅すぎた。君の本当の名前聞きたか。
Oh, yeah, come on. Let's hear it. In your dying breath, let's hear it.
本当の名前は。
Come on, Roxas. Oh my god. Do not blue ball me like this, brother. In his last moments, Conan wanted to tell her his real name, but Jessica had already fallen into a sleep from which she would never wake. So Conan's real name, which he had protected until today, in the end, he couldn't tell to Jessica.
僕は人間。
God damn it. I wanted to at least hear what his name was. You could have just said it to the corpse. Like, sure, she's not going to be listening anymore, but we're listening. Beatrice is listening. Those were the last words Conan left behind. Damn it. Well, I'm disappointed. Yeah, solely for the reason that we did not get to hear his fucking name, honestly.
笑わせるな家具が。死ねばこれ以上の屈辱を受けることがないと信じてるようだが、死者を恥ずかしめるというのがどういうものか。
Damn. After taking a puff from her pipe, the witch breathed the smoke at Conan's corpse. When she did, Conan's corpse softly floated up into the air and disappeared as though it had been eaten by a mouth in empty space. The witch played dirty until the very end. The corpses of the pair, who managed to understand each other in the end, were not even permitted to be close. If someone had been watching, they would probably say mournfully, "So this is what you meant by disgracing the dead." However, Beatrice was far crueler than that. The reason for that would soon become apparent. Oh boy. Well, we are now up to 8 deaths, 5 more to go. What the fuck? We just went back in time. Or did we even go forward in time at all? I don't know. Hello, Kinzo. Actually, I didn't look at this last time. I don't think this is updated. No, it's not updated for the for the two newly killed characters here, but in the tips. Okay, so we have 2 letters from the witch. This one, I'm pretty sure that this is exactly the same as what we saw in episode 1. I'm pretty sure nothing is new here, but if there actually is something new here, please let me know. This was her kind of provoking us in the church or the chapel in the previous video. I'm pretty sure. But did you think I'd waste my time? Oh wait, no. This was her mocking Jessica actually in Beatrice's VIP room. So there we go. But let's take a look here at the big ass riddle that is the epitaph. And so we just did the second twilight. Those who remain shall tear apart the two who are close. Yeah, that kind of happened. On the third twilight, those who remain shall praise my noble name. And then we have the next 4 is just killing, or next 5, excuse me. Wait, how many more do we have to go in terms of killing people? Aren't we just trying to get to 13? Wait, was I doing math wrong? So now we're up to 7. Oh, we need 5 more, right? 7 plus 5 is 12. No, we need 6 more. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how to fucking count. All right, so never mind. I don't really know in terms of how many we have left in regards to the 7 deadly sins, because I didn't do my math right. I think we've got a little bit more than I originally thought, because 5 plus 7 doesn't make sense. That's 12. We're missing 1 more. Oh well, I tried. Even though Kinzo had received news of 6 deaths, his emotions did not... Wait, we were at 6, not at 5. 6 plus 7 is 13. What the fuck am I doing my math wrong? Damn, I really am dumb. The expression on his face as he gazed out the window was a smile, as though his opponent in a chess game had just made a spectacular move. It was hard to imagine that such an expression could ever appear on a father who had just lost so many children at once.
ローザ様のご指示でゴーダとカノンが警察へ電話しております。それから親方様に以後のご指示を仰ぐようにとも仰せつかっておりますが、いかがいたしますか。すでにこの島は現世から切り離されているのだ。
It really has.
電話など何の役にも立たぬわ。首をつろうが煮えたぎる大釜に飛び込むも自由。
Jesus Christ.
13人が死ぬまで好きに過ごせばよいのだ。そんなに退屈ならば、なぜに 6×9 が42になるかでも考えていればいい。
I don't think 6 times 9 is 42, Kinzo.
それが人と宇宙の神秘の答えだ。
はい。申し訳ございません。
So I guess we are really looking for 13, and we originally had 6. We just lost 2 more, so now we're 8. So yeah, it's 5 more. I don't know why the fuck I was getting so confused in my counting there. Shunun cowered in fright at this sudden rage. Genji made a gesture as though telling her not to speak out of turn. Shunun couldn't help but regret saying too much.
だが、自由にしてよいのはお前たちもだ。源氏、そしてシャノンも今日までよく私に尽くしてくれた。
もったいないお言葉です。ですがその。
私どもは親方様にお仕えすることを誓った家具です。
And so they will to the very end.
いついかなる時でもおそばに控えております。最後に。
Yep, there it is. Genji's so fucking cool.
お前たちにはすべてを話しておきたい。
Hey, yo.
シャノン、遺言を書く。筆行を頼む。源氏はいつもの酒を頼む。
はい。
Nanjo often recommended that Kinzo write a will because of his health, but each time he had, Kinzo had gone mad with rage. You know, as he tends to do. Ever since then, you'd think will would have been the word Kinzo hated most. After hearing such a word come from his lips, Shunun couldn't help doubting her ears for an instant. Shunun hurriedly prepared the side table and some writing paper. Genji followed his orders and began preparing that usual green evil drink.
後世の者によって我が思いを探る旅への誘いとなるのだろうか。
This man so badly wants to write a will all of a sudden he doesn't even know where to start. For a while, Kinzo pondered over where he should begin, strutting all over the room with his hands behind his back.
親方様、どうぞ。
すまんな、我が友よ。さて、我が生涯を語るには、
Yes.
あの魔女との出会いから記さねばなるまい。シャノン、筆記せよ。私がベアトリーチェに初めて出会ったのは、
Yeah, you know, what kind of year are we thinking here?
あれは昭和の何年だったか。確か終戦の。
Okay. Not too far back, but definitely quite a goddamn few years. Wait, do we get to follow that? Do we get to learn? I don't think we get to learn. God damn it. We took enough time to regain our calm, and we each swore to our parents that we would catch the culprit. It would be a lie to say that we weren't still torn up. Even now, if we let our guards down just a little, we'd probably start going on a rampage just like Jessica, letting our emotions show with some kind of violence. According to what Goda-san said after he got back, right now, Kanun-kun was looking after Jessica. Well, yeah, kinda. Apparently, she was still very emotionally high-strung.
そう、ありがとう。若い子の気持ちは若い子の方が汲み取れるかもしれない。今はそっとしておく方がいいんでしょうね。
Yeah, just leave them alone.
ローザさん、私
No need to bother them.
ここに留まってできることは。
ここは閉めましょう。警察が来た時のためにも、ここはこのまま残しておいた方がいいわ。
You know, it's very weird that we have Goda here with us. Like, he gets to experience all this crazy bullshit that's about to unwind before us.
流し尽くしたぜ。もう大丈夫さ。
The police would surely find some evidence during their thorough investigation. Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure there'll be some fingerprints or something, right? Right? Come on, realism, right? But we weren't adult enough to wait for that. I'd investigated the chapel in my own way, trying to grab the culprit before the police arrived. And what I figured out was absolutely nothing, frustratingly. I wasn't able to find a single hint. I mean, if this was, you know, done by magic or something, I mean, what can we try to find?
さあさあ、マリア様、参りましょう。ここは肩を冷やします。父さん、母さん、今日までありがとう。僕はきっと父さんたちの期待を裏切らない男になる。
I like George. I really do. Again, he's very imperfect, as a lot of these characters are, for many different reasons, but George, I want to see him do well. I do. He's definitely very strict on some ideals, but that's okay. I think he can still do some good. George spoke his last words of farewell to his parents. After seeing that, Battler followed suit.
親父、綺麗さ。
Just looking at their faces, it looked like they were sleeping, but that just made it even more painful.
こんな涼しすぎるところに残してくろ。絶対に敵は取るぜ。絶対にな。
And I'm still standing by my prediction that Battler may be actually trying to not necessarily point fingers immediately at... Oh yeah, you guys didn't get to see this. They might not be pointing their fingers, or he won't be pointing his fingers directly at Beatrice. Even so, a lot of things are going to lead towards her being the killer here. But we'll see how things go down here.
食の悪い落書きだね。犯人が書いたのかな。
悪趣味に過ぎますな。これはひどい。
When the door to the chapel was closed, we learned about that creepy scribble for the first time.
こら、その気持ち悪い笑いをやめなさいといつも言ってるでしょ。
Yeah, see, we didn't have Rosa around with us in the first episode, so Maria could have, you know, gotten away with a whole lot of the creepy laughing and explanations, but here in this one, probably not as much.
マリア、続けろ。何の意味があるんだ。
肉体的あるいは精神的な束縛から逃れるための魔法陣だよ。そして演習部に書かれているヘブライ語は、主は私の枷を解かれました。私はあなたに感謝の生贄を捧げ、主の皆を呼ぶでしょう。
So I'm a little curious about the mental bonds part. What could all this kind of like correlate to in the way that they were killed here?
父さんたちが殺されたのはこの魔法陣のための生贄だっていうのか。
心を落ち着けてジョージ君。こんなのは犯人の挑発よ。
Yes, actually.
どうせ意味なんてないわ。
But maybe no.
考えるだけ心に解くよ。
Like, provoke, yes, but I'm sure there is a reasoning for this magic circle along with the others that we've seen in the events of episode 1.
Happy Halloween for Maria.
Oh yeah, they get to read that as well.
それでここを開ける鍵がマリアに渡されてたと。そういうわけか。
ここは礼拝堂だしね。マリアちゃんのマリアじゃなく聖母マリアの方の意味かもしれないよ。だとすれば
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch.
ハロウィンの名を語った神への冒涜とも受け取れる。悪魔と契約した魔女たちは神の名を常に汚し続けることを誓うという、そういうセンスから言えばこれは実に魔女的な犯行だね。
詳しいのね。マリアの受け売り。
ええ、そんなとこです。
Then Rosa's not gonna believe it.
礼拝堂にわざわざ呼んで殺した。ローザおばさん、この礼拝堂には何か特別な意味とかあったんですか？
Again, I'm even surprised this building actually exists here on this island.
特別な意味って。
Like, I think somebody confirmed it in the comments, but this building was not referenced whatsoever in episode 1.
はるばるここに運び込んでこんな凝ったデコレーションをした。
No, they were already here.
ここに6人を呼んでから殺したのか。ここで出てくる疑問は一つ。6人の死体発見場所になるここに
ここはお父様の大切な礼拝堂だったの。
Yeah, I'm open to hearing a little bit more about it because, again, didn't know about this building until this episode.
私が子供の頃からここに立ち入ってはいけないと厳しく言われていたわ。
マリアも前にここに来てものすごい怒られた。
大切な礼拝堂？
No, this is actually a very big building too. Like, this is kind of odd.
後ろ宮本家にとって何か縁のある？
わからないの。
Like, it really does
お
stick
父様
out.
はこの礼拝堂をとても神聖視していて、何度か化粧直しの工事をさせるくらい大事にしていたわ。でもみんなも知っての通り、お父様は黒魔術が大好きなくらいで敬虔な信者だったわけじゃない。ここで神に祈りを捧げてたなんて聞いたこともない。
私の知る限りでもここに親方様がいらっしゃったことはありません。
Well, hold on now there, Goda. He does tend to slip out and kind of go on his strolls.
ここを開かずの礼拝堂と呼んで、そのお化け屋敷のような感じで薄気味悪く思っておりました。
No, even the servants weren't allowed to go in, right?
お父様自身全く近づかなかったのに、なぜか年に何度か使用人たちに大掃除をさせていたわ。
Okay, never mind. There we
常
go.
に清潔にしていて、まるでいつ使用する時が来てもいいように。
It's just that the family members aren't allowed to go in. Nobody, except for the servants to clean.
こんなことを言っておりましたっけ。いつか自分もあそこで祝福を受けることもできるかもしれない。
Huh.
しかしそれは奇跡でも起きない限り訪れない。
So he says, perhaps I too, which means at least one other person was able to receive some sort of miracle here.
どういう意味だろうな。礼拝堂ですることってなんだ？
Or if there's some sort of connection to Kinzo's family before him. And you know how he, restored basically, proper status to the family and much better longevity. Well, what if there was a similar chapel somewhere and this was made as a replica and previous family members of his actually received some sort of blessings?
まさか
There has to be a deeper connection with Kinzo himself.
金蔵さんに限ってそんなはずは。死後のことより生きている今に一生懸命な方でした。
Minus Beatrice.
しかしそのせいで
奇跡でも起きない限り 祝福を受けられないというのは、この
どうしてそんなことがわかるの？
ほら、あそこにはっきり記されてます。ほら、あそこに。
George Aniki pointed to a relief with rusted gold letters on the arch above the door. It looked like some message had been written there in English. The rust made it clear that the message had been there ever since the chapel's construction. Okay, what does it say?
英語は弱いぜ。何？ This door is opened only at probability of...
And you know what? That was pretty good, Battler.
すまねえ。英語ダメだ。
No, that was good. I gave up after failing to finish even the first of the two lines. It looked like the others could read it properly.
確かこれは M, B, T, Q だから、いくつのことだっけ？確か
Come on, let me read it at least.
とにかくこれはすごいよ。両手の指じゃとても足りない。確かに奇跡でも起こらないとダメだね。
ですな。何事も博打的に例えたがった昔の金蔵さんらしい言い方です。
なんだみんな読めたのかよ。誰か俺にも意味を教えてくれ。
Yeah, don't leave me in the dark as well just because we're having to follow Battler
英
here.
語くらい勉強しなよ。この程度読めないでよく高校に入れたね。
Again, oh wow, okay. Again, she's definitely going to get silenced a lot here.
余計なお世話だぜ。それで、なんて書いてあるんだ。
ざっとこんなところだよ。この扉は奇跡が起きない限り開かれない。
Okay. That could probably lead to... God damn it. That could probably lead to how, if we want to go the magical route here, how Beatrice was able to get in here with everybody else, maybe without the one and only fucking key.
よーし、ご苦労。もう黙っていいぞ。
私の勝手な想像ですが、親方様はベアトリーチェ様をきっと深く愛しておいでだったのでしょう。
Oh, nah, no way, Goda. There's no way. Pfft, definitely not.
しかし、
そういうメルヘンチックな話だというわけなのか？
そう口頭無形な話とも思えないわね。お父様が今なおベアトリーチェを深く愛しているのは周知の事実。
But that does bring up a previous topic that I did address before things got a little, cuckoo crazy yet again. And that is, he, sure, could probably say that he loves Beatrice, but it's more of a obsessive love than like a love.
あと、気味が悪いとは言ったけれども。
And that's probably why you found it creepy.
礼拝堂の内装はとても華やかだった気がするの。お父様が
Oh,
死んだ愛人との
creepy
結
as in the
婚式を
interior of the
夢見
chapel,
て
not
この
Kinzo.
礼拝堂を建てたという想像は案外外れていないかもしれない。
I mean, either or, honestly, but okay. Interesting.
この礼拝堂を建てたその当時から、おじい様はこの教会を使うことは生涯ないことを知っていたのだろうね。でも、何かの奇跡で魔女が蘇ることを祈った。そして、もしもその奇跡が起こったなら、ここで結ばれようと思った。
Or the miracle being that this whole sacrificial nonsense that's going to be going on for 2 days is the miracle that opens the doors here.
そう考えると、確かにここはベアトリーチェ様にとっても大変意味のある場所ということになりますね。決して開かれぬ礼拝堂と知りつつ、悲しい恋の話です。
Even though Goda-san was even bigger than me, his words were touching. Everyone was silent, but it seemed that they agreed with that view.
開かぬ礼拝堂と知りながら、
みんなで入って掃除してたんだろ？何が開かずだ？俺たちだって現にこうして出入りしてる。
Well, yeah, it got unsealed.
それは奇跡なんかじゃねえ。鍵を持ってきて、カチャリとやって入った。ただそれだけの話だぜ。
Wait, what's wrong with you, Rosa?
どういうこと？
どういうことって？
As far as I could tell, I'd just been joking around, finding myself a bit irritated by the sob story this was turning into. But then Aunt Rosa suddenly jumped on me with a really serious face. Aunt Rose's face grew increasingly pale. She looked at the magic circle on the door, and then at her hand, back and forth, back and forth.
どうなさいましたか、ローザ様。
Yeah,
ねえゴーダさん、
what's suddenly bothering her?
この礼拝堂の鍵、これ源氏さん言ってなかった。一本しかないって。
Yes. Oh, we're going back on this topic. At the time, Maria.
みんな気づくのが遅すぎるんだよ。
Yeah, I'm actually a little shocked that we didn't get back to the whole, idea that we had to take the key out of the envelope and everything. But I also kind of brought it up because it was also addressed in the comments. So if we want to take a realistic approach here, fuck the magic and everything like that, how did they get into the chapel if the key was sealed in the envelope? And it's one of those old-fashioned keys. Can you really reconstruct it that easily? If this is the only one, how the fuck do you get a duplicate? When a kid pulls a prank, it sometimes goes unnoticed by the adults, and the kid who did it gets all disappointed. If such a prank then gets sprung on someone much later, it can really make a kid's day. Maria's celebration just now looked a lot like that.
はい。その鍵は一本しかございません。親方様の大切な礼拝堂の鍵ですので、一本しかなく、複製もありません。普段から使用人室のキーボックスに大切に保管されていますが。
But it wasn't there, was it?
そうよ。そしてそれがなくなってたと源氏さんは言ったわね。何者かがそれを奪い、封筒に入れてマリアに手渡したのよ。
But then how did they get into the chapel and then relock it afterwards?
それも昨日。
なんだって。
Actually, I wonder, could they have unlocked the door and, just kept it unlocked throughout the entire day? Nobody's going to go there. They do their thing. The envelope was already sealed with the key inside it given to Maria when that all occurred midday yesterday. And then when Beatrice was done, killing 6 people in the church, did you just lock the door from the inside? Did it have that sort of lock where you could just, twist the lock and then close the door? Or no? I don't know. I'm trying to piece this together with like a sense of how this could realistically go down.
ってことはつまりおかしいじゃねえかよ。
Because now we have another fucking situation that's similar to episode 1 with people dying or I guess, they could have died anywhere, but basically something occurring that shouldn't have been able to happen.
これは妙な話になってくる。
どういうことでしょうか。私には何が何だかさっぱり。
Now you'll get used to it, Goda.
私にもです。どなたか説明してはいただけませんかな。
Goda and Nanja's failure to understand definitely wasn't because they were stupid. They didn't know. They didn't know how long the only key to the chapel had been in Maria's possession.
間違いない。閉まってた。私が開けたのよ。間違いなく。
Aunt Rosa kept closing the door, locking it, pulling on it to check the lock and opening it again. Her face was becoming pale.
私がマリアの封筒から鍵を取り出してここを開けるまで確かにこの扉は施錠されていた。でもこの鍵は封筒に入れられてマリアに預けられていたのよ。しかもそれは昨日のお昼前の話なのよ。
何ですと。
それでは僕。
そうなんだ。唯一の鍵は昨日の昼にマリアが魔女を名乗る女から受け取った。
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the argument that that key was already in that envelope when she actually received it. So something else must be going on here with getting into this chapel.
つまり昨日の昼から今朝方ローザおばさんが開場するまでこの礼拝堂は密室だったことになる。どうやって親父たち6人はこの中に入ってしかも殺されたんだよ。
Here we go again. We've seen diagrams like these before. The deaths of 6 people had shaken us badly. When we learned about that weird magic circle and the history of the chapel, we felt as though we'd figured at least part of this puzzle out. But that was all absolutely trivial. From midday yesterday until this morning, this chapel was a closed room. But our parents were with us until last night. how did the culprit get into this building? And how did they lock it up again? Oh, here we go again. Looking from the outside in.
また密室かよ。魔法の力で鍵を開けたんだと、そう言いてえのか。バカにするんじゃね
え。わらわの力で鍵を開けるところを見せろと言うなら、見せて
No, 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 because that doesn't help our fucking case.
しかし、そうなったら人間の思考停止の言い訳はいつもそれよ。人間風情が何を気取るか。
Okay, well, here's another thing. So, whenever I was playing through Higurashi When They Cry, some, like, absolutely wacky and hard to explain bullshit did come up. You know, there were a lot of theories coming up in my mind of maybe there is some supernatural bullshit going on, or there was two of a person, and ridiculous reasonings like that. I was stepping out of the bounds of realism as I was going through the question arc. So here, just because we don't really know what could actually be realistically happening doesn't mean that, oh, well, magic. All right, case closed.
ラプラスの悪魔の座に及ばねば。
おー、そうなら言わせてもらうぜ。
Oh yeah, what do you got to say, Battler?
これがそもそも密室かどうか、検証不能だ。悪魔の話が出てきたんで俺も言わせてもらうぜ。密室でないことの説明はできる。
Oh, we're gonna do this fucking devil's proof thing again, aren't we?
出入りできるというのを示しゃいいんだからな。だが、密室であることの証明は不能だ。無限の方法のすべてを否定はできない。つまり、悪魔の証明ってやつだぜ。
I mean,
密室という定義は、
technically, I mean,
証明不能なのさ。
there could have been some sort of secret entrance, you know?
情報
There very well
不足
could
を
have
言い
been.
訳にした思考停止
Secret
の
entrance,
次は
maybe a giant ass hole exists in the building somewhere. I don't know. Maybe they dug
そ
in.
れがそなたの指し手だというなら認めようぞ。
密室を出入りできる方法 X を、そしてその方法 X は魔法でなくても実行可能さ。何しろ隠し扉なんだからよ。
Yeah, there we go.
この礼拝堂だってそうさ。発見不能な隠し扉がどうせあるんだ。
And what if there wasn't like a hidden entrance into that into the guest room in the mansion where Hideyoshi and Ava were killed in episode 1? I mean,
だから推理なんてする必要もなく、
possibilities
魔法なんかありえないってわけさ。
possibilities that don't necessarily exist on the surface, right? There could be a whole bunch of other things that are, while unlikely, going on in the background here. Not necessarily, or I guess under the surface, not above the surface, where we clearly see the only door
甘いな。
and everything like that.
想定していた一手だぞ。ならばわらわも受け手を指そう。わらわは人間風情の推理小説とやらに出てくる密室というものをなぜか使い方が間違っているからよ。
Oh yeah?
推理小説に登場する密室をお前は本当に密室だと思っているのか？
Well, closed room based on what we are currently perceiving. It's our knowledge against what could actually be happening.
思ってなどいまい。どういうトリックを使えば密室に見せかけられるか。そう。
There we go. It's a whole visual thing. It's a knowledge
人間どもが
thing.
積み重ねた100年の密室殺人などただの一度も完成されたことはないのだ。
言うじゃねえかよ。推理マニアは怖えぞ。クリスティが墓の下で歯ぎしりしてるぜ。
Who?
だがわらわは違う。わらわは本当の密室を生み出している。そしてそれを立証できるのだ。なぜかわらわは魔女だからよ。
Yeah, yeah.
悪魔の証明は悪魔を連れてくれば証明できるのだったな。ならば好都合。魔女にとって悪魔は良き友よ。いくらでも連れてきてやる。
上等だぜ。親父たちは隠し扉を使って礼拝堂に入った。あるいは運び込まれた。この一手をお前はどうかわしてみせるってんだよ。
I mean, unless the characters here in the story plan on actually looking for that hidden door and, you know, can't find it, then I am willing to roll with that.
こうだ。生死は捨ておく。6人は確かに扉から入った。
はあ？バカ野郎！鍵がかかってんだぞ。どうやって？
わらわが魔法で開けて中へいざなった。
No, no.
そんなわけ
We
ねえ
can't
だ
roll with that.
魔法なんて認められねえ以上そいつを受け入れるわけにはいかねえ。お前は嘘をついている。あの扉は何かのインチキで開くんだ。あるいは隠し扉があるんだ。そのどちらかしか認めねえ。
What's happening?
パーペチュアル。
Hey, yo.
チェスでは千日手をこう呼ぶ。互いが相手の根拠を否定し合い議論が進まないのもわらわたちのゲームでは千日手に同じ。
Yes, and this will continue on. This is going to be a thing that's going to pop up with every case.
多くのゲームではこれを引き分けに定めるが、その心意気や容姿。そこでわらわは考えた。わらわとそなたのゲームに
Oh, no.
新しいルールを追加しようと思う。
God damn it, I'm already struggling to keep up.
新しいルール？どうせお前が有利になるルールなんだろ。
まさかまさかそなたらが求めてやまなかったものを与えようというのだ。貴様ら無能どもがいつも嘆いてみせる思考停止の理由、情報不足。そしてそれに対し情報を与えると今度はその情報の真偽を疑う根拠否定。便利よの。
Well, no, we'll just keep on going in circles the way we have
無能
been.
を棚上げする実に小気味よい言葉よ。この便利な言い訳をわらわは取り去ってやろうというのだ。感謝するがよい。
扉から入ったというお前に対し俺はそんなはずはないと否定した。その否定が逃げ口上だと言いたいのか。
I mean, we also have to remember that she's the one that's telling this rendition of this story, inserting herself into it to try and help her claim that, yes, I exist, and I'm doing some crazy magical stuff going on here.
そうだ。だからわらわはこれより真実を
Oh,
語る
Jesus
とき
Christ.
赤を使うことに
Why did that scare me? What the fuck? Okay. Alright, that's interesting.
互いに最前提を探り合うその姿勢は嫌いではない。しかしそれではゲームにもならん。だからこのルールを設けた。わらわが赤で語ることは全て真実。
I don't know. I mean, I don't know really how to accept that, honestly.
疑う必要が何もない。
No, I think I will doubt it still.
それを信じろというのか。
わらわはそなたとゲームをしている。ゲームのルールは神聖。
Yeah, wait, hold on. That is a little bit contradictory. So, I feel like this just benefits her. Or this is the only way that we can get some sort of a hint that, no, a lot of what she has been, spewing here is actually false. So if going forward, and, these supposed magical events have occurred that lead to the deaths of these characters, if she's not speaking red, if she ain't speaking that color, then is it potentially false? Or if it is red, do we truly believe it?
それを軽んじる者に参加の資格はない。
I don't really know how I want to take that, honestly.
よーし乗ったぜ。
I still want to be on my fucking tippy
受け
toes
てやる
here,
ぞそのルール。
being a little cautious.
水かけ論や揚げ足取りなんて小学生でもできるぜ。なら早速再開しようじゃねえか。もう一度繰り返す。親父たちは隠し扉を使って礼拝堂に入った。
And she's going to
あ
say,
るいは運び込まれた。
ならばわらわも繰り返そうぞ。
will it be in the color red?
生死は捨ておく。6人は確かに扉から入った。
I don't like that fucking sound effect that comes along with it too. I did not expect that, and that actually gave me a little bit of a jump.
その証拠はあるのかよ。
ストップ。ルールを補足する。わらわは真実を語るときに赤を使うが、
Right.
それに対し証拠を示して立証する義務を負わない。
What the fuck? What was the point then?
ただ事実であり真実であるのだ。理由は簡単だ。わらわは全ての犯行を魔法で行う。だからどんな不可能犯罪もお前の目の前で魔法の杖を振るってみせれば済んでしまう。しかしそれではゲームにならない。
No, that would
チェ
just
スを
help her
指しな
claim.
がら勝敗を無視して相手に殴りかかる蛮行にも等しい。
確かにもっともだ。お前が魔女である以上証拠を示す必要がない。 何でも魔法でできちまうんだからな。
Okay.
ひでえ話だぜ。
So if we want to roll with that actually being how it went down, that they were, you know, they walked on in or were carried on in dead or whatever, I'm assuming they, you know, walked on in alive because of what we saw, that little scene a few videos ago. I want to say that, yeah, they did get in here by the front door, but that does leave the question, how the fuck was this place locked up? We can, you know, go along with the idea that before Maria received that key, that, you know, she actually unlocked the door and everything. But how did it get relocked?
なんて不利なゲームだ。
それではもう一度再開するぞ。
Yeah, might as well.
6人は確かに扉から入った。わらわが魔法で鍵を開けた。この魔法を、密室をどうかわす？
鍵だ。源氏さんたちは鍵が一つしかないと言っているが、そんなのは証明不能だ。犯人はこっそり合鍵を作っていた。
See, that's what I was thinking, but how likely is it to make a duplicate key like that? How did she receive the key in the first place? It had to have been stolen at some point, and then she'd have to go and duplicate it.
礼拝堂の鍵は一本しか存在しない。
Okay, so there goes the fucking duplication idea. I thought that was a little bit of a stretch, you know, the more I thought about it, because, again, sure, somebody could go and duplicate it, but it had to have been stolen recently and used recently.
じゃあこうだ。
There's no room for the duplicating process.
犯人は正規の鍵以外のものを使って開けたんだ。何かわからないが、例えば針金とか。
Is it easier to unlock or lock a door without a key?
キーピックの道具だ。
Let me ask that question.
なんだその甘い察しては。礼拝堂の施錠は礼拝堂の鍵以外では解錠不可能。
But is it possible to lock the chapel with something else but the chapel's key?
もっとも魔法の力では開けられるがな。
じゃあこうだ。扉自体がおかしかったんだ。施錠された状態のままでも通行できる仕掛けがあった。それが何かはいろいろ考えられる。お城の大扉に小さい入り口がついているように、さらにもう一つ扉があったとか、蝶つがいを外して扉を丸ごと外して入ったなんてのもあり得る。
Yeah, I mean, this does go to show that there's a lot of different ways that we can look at things rather than what's on the surface, right? A lot of them may seem silly, but there's, you know, potentially thousands of ways to actually go about many different things here.
それが人間どもの100年の英知なのか、バートラー。礼拝堂の扉は施錠時にはいかなる方法での出入りも拒む。
Huh. Well, I mean, that one's an obvious.
魔法が使えない限りな。そろそろチェックメイトか？
まだまだ。お前は6人は扉から入ったと言ったが、この正面扉とは言ってない。他の隠し扉から入ったのかもしれない。
Didn't we already deal with this one?
くどいわ、無能が。ならば先ほどの一手をさらに進め。
It was the front door.
6人は確かにこの正面扉から入った。
めちゃくちゃだ。鍵は閉まってる。そして1本しかない鍵以外では解錠不能で、にもかかわらずこの扉から6人が出入りした。どうやってだよ。魔法だってか。くそくそくそくそくそくそ。
This is fun, though.
早くも人間の限界が露呈したか。
It's like the never-ending arguing that I would hear in my college political class or political science class or my philosophy courses that I took.
ならば叫べデザインと。投了者はそう叫びキングを倒すの
Or
が
even my
習わ
English
し。
classes. It was fun arguing in those.
さあ、
Like, you don't even have to be
降参か。
arguing for the thing that you think it's right. It's just fun to like stand by an idea and just never let it go. Just keep on pushing more bullshit out
な
the
らば
fucking
屈
chamber.
服を宣言せよ。そしてわらわの靴
What is
に
with
キス
you
を
and
す
that
る
weird
が
ass
いい。
kink? Jesus Christ.
お前のような男に靴を舐めさせるのに勝る喜びはないわ。
She got problems. Damn it. It's useless, useless, useless. So I can't win against the witch. This isn't chess at all. I've just been made to take the losing side in a chess puzzle. It's quibbling about details and getting a draw the best I can manage.
それだけは断じてないぞ。わらわが屈するか、そなたが屈するか、それ以外の決着はない。
Yep, no draws.
互いへの苛波と例え
No
た
stoppages of
あ
any
の時の
kind.
勇ましさはどこに。おいおいおいおい、がっかりがっかり、期待外れだぞ。Ushiromiyaバトラ。
Damn, the way that she says his name like that. Damn. Damn it. What should I do? What should I do? I can see it. I can see the place where I'll face checkmate. Ah, it's useless. It's useless. All my hard-fought moves have been nothing more than me desperately making my king, or moving my king around, running away from check. No matter how many times I move, I can't escape from check. So even without waiting for the next several moves, I can see checkmate in my future. Ah, damn it. I mean, there's bound to be something here. After a few more moves, I can see where I will face checkmate. Don't give up, Ushiromiya battler. If I can see myself getting closed in upon, then if I spin the chessboard around, I should be able to anticipate her next move, right? Remember what Kirie-san said. When you're thinking about something, then the closer you get to the very, very end, the easier it becomes to anticipate. Spin it around. Spin the chessboard around. And what will we see?
どうした？急に黙り込んだな。
We're thinking.
安心しろ。屈服は一時の恥よ。後に待つは身を委ねる喜びだけよ。さあ、棟梁を叫ぶがよい。聞こえんぞ。大きい声ではっきりと言え。
Alright, what's he got up his sleeve here?
寝ぼけるな。お前が聞こうとしていないだけだぜ。ならもう一度言う。棟梁はない。続行だ。ゲームを再開するぞ。
ほう、よかろう。そなたの手番からだぞ。
お前の作ったルールを俺はお前の武器だと勘違いしてた。しかしそれは俺にとっても武器になるってことに気づいたぜ。
It does allow us to like narrow in on some ideas.
つまりこういうことさ。
試すがよい。
俺はずっと密室の礼拝堂にどうやったら入れるかでその考え方じゃダメだったんだ。ああ、ダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。チェス盤をひっくり返す。そうさ、思考の向きが逆だったんだ。本当の考え方はこうさ。もともと密室じゃない礼拝堂をどうやって密室に見せたかだ。
Exactly.
来たな。人間どもの生み出した100年の思考術か。試してみるがよいぞ。
I mean, I'm standing by my idea that this chapel was definitely not closed or locked, I guess. The front door wasn't locked until recently.
赤で語ってもらうぜ。無理ならば拒否しろ。行くぜ。
Does this man intend to reverse his defensive posture? Impudence.
手触りで鍵が入っていたことを知ったかもしれない。だが間違いなく礼拝堂の鍵だと確認できたわけじゃない。
Actually, one of them could have literally asked Maria, like, hey, when you got that envelope, did it feel like that there was a key inside? If she says no, then maybe the key was actually used to, you know, unlock and then relock after, you know, everybody was set up for the Halloween party, relock the door, and then somebody went back to that guest room and put the key inside the envelope, which means it had to be resealed. How likely is it, though?
マリアに渡した封筒の中身は偽物だったんだ。
Well, that's not in red, so...
何を言い出すかと思えばバカバカしい。ローザは今朝確かにマリアの手提げの中
We
か
know
ら
that
封
that
筒を
happened.
取り出し、
That definitely happened.
そこから正真正銘の礼拝堂の鍵を手に入れたぞ。偽物などということはない。
そんなことは分かってるさ。続けるぜ。ならマリアが封筒を受け取った時、その中身は間違いなく同じ礼拝堂の鍵だったのか？
Here we go.
ほう。
Here we go.
わらわがマリアに鍵を預けた時点ではその鍵は偽物だったと。
It is starting to lead towards there being a swapping of something here. Either a swap with a fake key or a swap with what was nothing.
そして ローザが鍵を
There
手
wasn't a
にす
key
る
in
ま
the
での
envelope,
間
basically.
に本物とすり替えたと。
ああ、そうだ。どうしたベアトリーチェ様よ。さっきから調子が悪そうだぜ。
親しい者はベアトと呼ぶこともある。ベアトでよい。
No, no, no.
ベアトの手番だ
Oh
ぜ。
man, we're actually gonna call her that. Jesus.
ターンオブザゴールデンウィッチ。かわしてみせろ。
よかろう。わらわがマリアに預けた封筒の中身は確かに礼拝堂の鍵だった。
Okay. But at what point?
追うぜ。赤で復唱できるか。その封筒はローザおばさんが開封するまで完全にマリアの監視下に置かれていた。
Yeah, there we go. There we go. It wasn't.
無理なら拒否を宣言してもらうぜ。チェックだ。
This is fun. I like this.
これで言ってさはひっくり返ったぜ。
What's the game? Is it Ace Attorney? Where you're basically just trying to deduce shit in like a crime or whatever? I've never played those games, those visual novels, if you can call them visual novels. I don't know. It's something I haven't jumped into. Same thing with like the Danganronpa series. I haven't touched any of these really popular quote-unquote visual novel series before, but I'm pretty sure that, especially in Ace Attorney at least, you are trying to break things down in a very similar way. This shit is fun. I like this.
今度はお前がキングを逃がす番だな。
Because it's got me thinking too. I don't think I was necessarily too far off of Battler's thinking here as we got things more deduced for us. Again, that red text wasn't necessarily a weapon against us here.
それはその意味において監視下という単語が適当でないため赤が使えなかっただけだ。
But that means there's more to it.
苦しい手なんだろ。俺の次の手も読めてるって顔だぜ。悪いな。俺は女に優しいんだ。女を傷つけない。女の期待を裏切らない。赤で復唱してもらうぜ。言えるもんなら言ってみやがれ。マリアの手下げはローザおばさんが封筒を取り出すまで
This is it.
誰も触れることがで
This
きな
is
かっ
it
た。
right here. What will we get?
これも
Oh, there it is.
拒否する。
Which means somebody else touched her handbag, of which had that envelope. This is the big one right
理由
here.
は説明しない。
Well, of course you're not going to.
違うぜ。説明しないんじゃない。できないんだ。その手で。チェックメイトなんだろ。
This shit's so cool.
お前にできないなら俺が説明してやる。お前がマリアに渡した封筒には確かに礼拝堂の鍵が入っている。そしてマリアはこれを手提げにしまい、翌朝にローザおばさんがここから取り出して鍵を開けた。
But it was used, between then and now.
犯人が鍵を取り出し使用して朝までに手提げに戻した可能性を否定できない。
Is this like the game theorist music or some shit?
赤で言えるか。
Oh, here we go.
言えるもん
This
なら
is
言っ
Ace
てみやがれ。
Attorney.
もう一度チェックだ。
まだだ。チェックを外す。鍵の入った封筒は封籠で封印されていたはず。ローザは未開封の封筒から。
そうかい。なら言ってみやがれ。
Wait, what if it was a new envelope?
復唱要求。昨日の昼の時点で渡した封筒と
Here we go.
ローザおばさんが開封した封筒は同一のものである。
それは復唱できる。わらわがマリアに渡した封筒とローザが開封した封筒は同一のものであるぞ。
Then was it resealed?
ああ、ダメだぜ。全然ダメだ。そんなの俺は期待したぜ。ここで降参したなら少しは読めてるやつだと思った。だからがっかりだ。あんた俺の期待を裏切ったぜ。封筒が同じものなんて大したことじゃない。封籠なんて何度でも打て
Okay,
るんだし
there
な。
we go. Yeah, because it's only being sealed by that middle piece, the wax. It's not like a regular envelope where you use your big sloppy tongue or a glue stick or tape, where you're actually sealing where the flap goes.
中身の鍵だろ。これで今度こそしまいだぜ。本当のチェックメイトだ。もう一度求めるぜ。復唱要求だ。言えるもんなら言ってみやがれ。 マリアが受け取った封筒の中の礼拝堂の鍵はローザおばさんが開封するまで一度も使用されていない。
And she refuses.
このわらわが人間不正に。
I love it.
なんとでも繰り返すぜベアトリーチェ。復唱要求。マリアが受け取った封筒の中の礼拝堂の鍵はローザおばさんが開封するまで一度も使用されていない。
Oh, she's losing it.
吠えるならば口にしろ。これで決まりだぜ。これが真相だ。
This really is the fucking game theorist song. It sounds so like it.
手に入れるまでの間にチェックメイト。魔法なんかじゃない。人間に可能なトリックに過ぎない。
ならばその鍵を奪ったのは誰だというのか。
It doesn't matter.
答えてみせろ。
What? That shouldn't matter.
お前が今度は復唱してみせろ。
マリアから鍵を奪い、それを使ってあんなひでえことをしてのける人間がいるなんて断じて認めないからだ。
降参だ。
There it
リ
is.
ザイン。
There it is.
この盤面についてだけは一度降参しよう。だがやはりお前は甘いな、バトラー。
Yeah, that was like an hour-long fucking bout.
捨て台詞は
Not really, but that was quite a bit of time.
好きに楽しめよ。
この盤面だけはそなたに取られた。しかしその差出の
Oh, I don't
甘さ
know.
は必ず身を
I think
滅ぼす。
he'll get through it.
お前はやはりわらわには勝てぬのだ。
The fact that he was able to figure this out
後ろ宮バトラー。
does show that there's a chance. Like, sure, we might be like fucking 255 to 1 right now, but that 1 is our hope. This is a win that may lead us to a whole lot of others. That means that there's ways. There's a way to go about this. And it's gonna, fucking suck trying to figure out how to really go about this. But there is a way. There are results that we can obtain in the realm of reality. And we will wrap it up there. We are now in chapter 12. We really fucking chugged along in this one, huh? Jesus. Alrighty. It's still morning time, and we've got like 8 people dead, if I can count now. But wow, what a video this was. I really don't know what to think in terms of what happened to Kanun and Jessica, but I'm sure now with Battler and his big brain, we may be able to deduce it in some sort of realm of reality, and instead of what we actually saw. So this is going to get fun. It's going to get weird. If it hasn't already, we're about to get into some meta bullshit. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.